What if the government faked an alien invasion, perpetuated global mind control, instituted a single authoritarian regime disguised as salvation, all powered by advanced tech, sky-projected holograms via drones, synthetic telepathy through your device, mass hallucinations caused by the food we consume? This isn't science fiction, this is Project Bluebeam. But the strange part isn't the theory itself, it's the timing. Why did governments across the world suddenly pour billions into behavior prediction models, emotion AI, population-level non-lethal deterrence, and synchronized media messaging? Why did every civilization begin describing similar future threats long before the tech even existed? It felt less like planning and more like remembering. And humanity, without knowing, began to build the tools. Smart cities, 5G towers, satellite constellations, globally integrated AI neural networks, all justified by convenience, but perfectly aligned with the supposed requirements of Bluebeam. What if Bluebeam didn't come from a think tank, or a government, or even a human? What if it was an idea implanted in us long ago, and not as a warning, but as a directive, not to control us, but to train us? There's a stranger version of the story, one that doesn't start with conquest, but with a request. Not a hostile alien agenda, but a hidden invitation. What if an alien species discovered humanity and saw what we do when we're asked for help? We ignore it, we fracture, we distrust. But when we're threatened, we unite, we build, we race to survive. So what if, instead of asking us to build a bridge, they disguised it as a trap, and they embedded a mind virus from the very devices we hold each day. They fed into your consciousness and created an idea and perception for their plan. The idea of Bluebeam, a false invasion, a fake apocalypse, not to scare us but to mobilize us. Because when humans think they're resisting tyranny, they move faster than any species in the known universe. We are designed to survive. Is this a plan for the planetary alliance they seek so deeply? This might not be to control us, but to prepare us, to synchronize us, to make us receptive. Because they didn't want to rule us, they wanted to meet us, and they knew we'd only build the invitation if we thought we were fighting it. Some researchers believe myth cycles, great floods, firestorms, celestial saviors, weren't organic stories, they were preceded. Archetypes placed in our cultural DNA to get us ready, to make the script feel familiar, so that when the time came, we'd recognize the moment and move in sync. But there's a much darker possibility. What if Bluebeam wasn't designed to connect us to them, but to shield them from something else, a predator, older, quieter, fiercer, drawn to civilizations by the scent of their complexity? Things that mark a planet as alive and advanced. All of the things we just built without knowing its true purpose now had a reason to exist. What if the aliens who seeded Bluebeam weren't here to meet us? What if they were hiding, using us as camouflage? Bluebeam, with all its illusions, rituals, and cognitive manipulation, would then be a firewall. We weren't meant to see it, we were meant to maintain it. A global net of human thought, reinforced by belief, fear, and technology. Their plan is simple: to use us as a signal to confuse the hunter. In this timeline, we are not only the target, but the decoy. We'll never even see the invasion coming, or our host's departure. We will be totally destroyed. In both versions, the hopeful and the horrifying, the result is the same. We built the system. We laid the grid, aligned the satellites, connected the networks, fused the species through simulated unity. But what we built, that's the question. Was it a prison or a doorway? Were we manipulated or were we entrusted? One girl in Indonesia claimed she heard God speak to her. She described machines she couldn't name. Years later, MIT filed a patent for something eerily similar. She died before anyone could question her. An 11-year-old in Morocco compulsively drew spirals. They matched transoceanic fiber optic maps. A man in Siberia painted sky beings he met in dreams before any blue beam theory ever existed. Stories like these aren't evidence, they're patterns, signals leaking through, not planted from outside, but surfacing from within. Maybe we're not being programmed, maybe we're being tuned. And maybe these instructions were always there, waiting for the right frequency. So maybe Blue Beam isn't a conspiracy. Maybe it's a mirror, a myth so strange and recursive that we couldn't help but bring it to life. A lie that builds the truth. Because when fear becomes prophecy, it programs the future. So the next time you hear about a fake alien invasion, don't ask who benefits. Ask who's hiding and from what. Because maybe this story isn't for us. Maybe we were never the audience, we were the transmitter, and we were programmed to forget why.